Joanne Curtin, you are a phenomenal rock star realtor, and you run an MREA team, and you have for 10-ish years. I saw that you signed up for Bold. Help me understand why.
Well, first off, I came to the sales meeting and I learned that it was going to be taught by Abe Shreve. And I was like, wow. I mean, I remember during COVID listening to Abe on the agent, on the CEO Masterminds, podcast with
Mhm.
Gary. And I remember seeing videos of Abe prospecting like we used to in our little cubes, and he started like how we all did. So I respect him a lot. And then after I put him on a pedestal for all the podcasts, I started following him on social media. And he was always in his van traveling around with his family, but always like pouring into the MAPS community about whatever he was experiencing. And what I love about Abe is he's so personal. In fact, one things I remember the most with a podcast he did was he said something that's the most personal is the most universal.
Mm.
So whatever you're feeling is everyone's feeling that. So he really made a big world seem real personal at a time where we were all overwhelmed. So he didn't know me and I don't know him. I mean, we've never met, but I just, I respect him for everything that I kind of went through and he, kind of led through that. So I look up to him. I knew that he was lead of MAPS and Gary put him in charge of all of it. And I heard a podcast about it. And that relationship was a lesson in itself. So because he was involved with his level and direct connections with Gary, I wanted to be a part of it. And it sounds like Gary chose him to teach his content. So that was another layer.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you touched on something because I think we have this brand in KW. We call it Bold, right? But like so much of it to me is about who's facilitating the content. And it sounds like it's the same for you. It's not just that it's bold. It's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we have a phenomenal coach coming to Atlanta to take us on this journey. So I'm super excited about it as well. How has Bold helped you, like just historically in your business?
Oh man. And tell me if I ramble because I like to go down, my thoughts. But the very first time I took it was during the recession. I think it was 10 or something down in Atlanta. It was really at the very beginning, and we were just like, wow, what is all this? But we were all the OGs were together. We were all nervous and being very vulnerable with each other because we were all in a really bad place. But that was a great small group, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We were all in tables, we were with each other for weeks, and that gave us a lot of confidence. And then what really changed, and that was just a lot of mindset I think we needed. But then in 2012, I believe it was, I signed up for Bold because my grandmother was, and I had taken Bold, since, but the market was so bad. I knew I needed to take my kids to see my grandmother in England. I spent summers in England. I know more about England than I do America because my family is from there, and every chance we got, we would stay summers there. So I was like, oh, we've got to take the kids to see my grandmom because she was losing her vision. That was a big goal for me, was to book some flights, and I did. And it was back then 10,000, which sounded like a lot. Now it's just nothing for a family of four.
Mm-hmm.
But it was expensive. And I was like, how am I going to pay for this? So I took Bold. I set a big goal to get like 10 sellable listings by the time Bold was over. And in 2010, the sellable
Mm.
was laughable. I mean, what a funny, I mean, that was just not, nobody had sellable listings back then. So it was really a stretch, but we did what we needed to do. A lot of it was just price changing and keeping really listings long enough so where the market would come to them and meet them. So it was just a lot of flexibility throughout those weeks, and I needed it. So anyway, I obviously paid off the credit card bill, okay, that I did not know I was going to be able to pay off, paid the credit card bill off. We took the trip. I made, the wedding books on Shutterfly that you only do for your big weddings are so
Mhm.
expensive. I made a book like that from England. My kids were so small. If just strangers came to the house, they would pull out this England book, wedding book, and show them pictures of this trip that we took that was unbelievable. 2 weeks in the Yorkshire Dales. And so that, I mean, to me, it's like come with some raw needs and don't know the how, just come with the desire and a goal and heck, see if you can get there. And come with a spouse that believes in you because that helped too. Because I mean, that was a big expense.
Think through the lens of we're talking to like a wide array of people and agents in different levels and experiences. So for someone who might be watching this and saying, Joanne, I can't pay that. I can't pay the $7.99.
Hmm.
What would you say?
I mean, I don't want to say anything that just sounds like just one closing, whatever, we'll pay for. But, you know, you, I used to pay, five back in the day when I first started, I didn't have the $500 to pay for my coach. But I did, and I figured it out, and I had enough money to do that. But you're not going to have enough money starting out in the business. I mean, it's a faith move. So you have to take a bold step on yourself and make the move. And then, what was I going to mention about the coaching? Yeah. So one time I joined coaching, but I didn't want to join the full on like $1,000 or 1,200 a month coaching bill. So I did a small group coaching, and Bold is even like an eighth of a group coaching compared to what I was paying. Sorry, somebody was calling
Oh, that's
over an amount of time. So it's not, it's not individual coaching per month. It's not even small group coaching through MAPS. This is like a larger group bill that you get to experience. But the effects, I feel like being in person is even, stronger because you're around people in your market that you can't get with a coaching call even. So I think it's more powerful, obviously.
that's so good. And then for the agents are, they're seasoned, they've been around a long time. They know the value of bold, but they're saying, why this time? I don't need to go again. What would you say?
Mhm. Here's my thought process from COVID and everything, and it originated from when Michael hit Mexico Beach. We have a place in Mexico Beach, and it got hit, in 2019, and we were coaching with Gene Rivers. And we were like, "What's going on, Gene? Everything is ripped to shreds." Kind of like how we felt in 2020, when all that was going on. And he said, "Don't worry, 5 years, everything is rebirthed in 5 years. The cream rises to the top. Takes 5 years." And I honestly feel like that's what's happened just personally with my family and myself in 5 years, after all of this, the snow globe got shaken up after COVID, everything really rises to the top. And I know that that has been what Keller Williams has experienced. And I want to go see it and hear it and know what came out of Gary Keller on the fifth year. So
Mm,
that's what I feel like is up to be offered, and I'm there. I'm going to be, I'm there with my team. I think my whole team is going to be there. So
that's so cool. Awesome. Joanne, we'll see you in bold and can't wait. And thank you for spending some time answering some questions. I really appreciate
thank you. I have to miss that very first step, so I won't see y'all first step because I'll be in Mexico Beach one
it. Okay.
last time, and then I'm coming for second step. So see y'all
Awesome.
there.
Awesome. We'll see you there, Joanne. Thank you.
Okay, bye.